Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Like I always say, it's a new day today with new opportunities and we're ready to capitalize on these opportunities. Forget what happened yesterday, forget what happened the day before, forget the week before, the month before. Any errors you might have had, any success you might have had, none of that matters. Do not bring it into today because today it's its own beast with its own challenges that are going to present themselves. So, like I always say, be patient, be disciplined, and make sure we execute on our trades. And that's what's going to help us get the results we want. We stay 100% process focused, not worried about the wins and losses, and that's going to bring us to success. So I'll go ahead and take a look at the charts right now and see what levels we got. All right, guys, here we are on the charts. Again, same thing every morning, right? 60-minute hourly here on ES on the left, NQ on the right. We mark our hourly pivots, and we wait for these to be tapped into. So I accidentally deleted this. So as you guys can see, there's a ton of buy side, sell side liquidity on both sides here. So we're gonna wait for one of these to be tapped into. We got a buy side here on NQ at 632, another one at 694. There's a ton, 728, and all the way up here at 790, and then some sell side, yesterday's low and all that down here. Price has kind of been chopped around. As I mentioned yesterday, I didn't take any trades due to this, kind of just ranging. Price broke down here. It's coming back up, created a nice hourly gap here on the chart. And this gets inversed, I might be interested in continuing in short down all the way to yesterday's bottoms. But we're staying patient. Price is currently at the 50% level. So if you guys can see the orange line on both charts, price is currently hanging out right there, so there's not much for me to do. It's kind of in the middle of the range. I'll be waiting for price to come down, tap into this London low, which is this red line down here, or the Asia high, which is the blue line, and similar scenarios here on ES, which is London low down here, Asia high up here. We have a ton of liquidity today, so just the name of the game is just be patient and wait for one of these levels to be tapped into, get a solid setup, and then make sure we execute on these trades. So I'll be waiting, not trying to rush anything. Again, I got 9 funded accounts, so as long as I get one winning trade, that's good enough for me. Or just make sure I execute properly. That's good enough for me. So I'll be waiting, patient, and we'll see what setups we take. All right, guys, here we are back on the charts. I wanted to let you guys in on what's going on so far. It's currently 7:16, so market's been open for about 45 minutes. Haven't gotten a clean setup here. Price did come all the way down here and tap into all my liquidity zones that I had called out earlier in the day. Perfectly came in and tapped into the Asia or London low here on ES as well, and now currently struggling to get above the 50%. I wanted this long, I really did, but there were so many gaps on the way down. As you guys can see, we're on the 2-minute. There's a ton of gaps on the way down, and usually price tends to respect these if it's a continuation day, so I do not take those. I take the last one that's individual all the way at the top. So this here is a valid setup. The reason I am not taking it, that I keep mentioning, you got to look for reasons why not to get into the trade. The reason I'm not entering this because I do a +2R all or nothing. +2R all or nothing, and there's not enough room here for me to get to my target, right? The 50% level acts as resistance or support based on whichever way it's coming up from, and I'm expecting price to have a rejection off of this and a potential sell-off. ES has already tapped into it, so if I'm expecting a potential rejection here and a sell-off, it doesn't make much sense for me to enter along here expecting price to break above this. Price could break above it. It could, and we'll see if it does. But this is a lower quality setup for me. I'm not being fearful. I'm not being scared. This is just me being cautious and making sure I follow the rules and do not take the subpar setups because long term I know they don't work out in my favor. So even if this one does work out, we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. It's not a higher probability setup for me, so I'm not taking it. And if it doesn't work out, it's even more confirmation for me to make sure I'm patient, I'm being disciplined, and once my setups present themselves, then I make sure I execute. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know how this sets up. I'll be interested for sure in a short here. So if we could get a valid short, then I'll let you guys know about that. And if I'm in a short, that means this long didn't work out. But I'll be back. All right, guys, here we are, potential short here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on this one. I'll go ahead and explain this trade here in a bit. Okay, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, price came all the way down here, tapped into all of my sell side that I had marked out, that I called out earlier. On ES, you can see price came down here, tapped into this London low perfectly, and then gave a nice reaction. Once that happens, I'm expecting price to come up here to the 50% level and possibly give a continuation down to the back to the downside. Same thing on NQ, right? You came down, gave up all this liquidity, came back up. tapped in at 50% level and then sold off. Nice decent gap here. How many points was this? 20-point gap there. Price did get a little further than I would ideally like, but it is what it is. Now I'm down here, expecting price to, again, sell off here. First trade of the day. We'll see how this one plays out. Not doing anything in between. Again, you guys know my model. It's 2R all or nothing. And if it gets there, great. If it doesn't, great. Then we'll look for another setup. I'll keep you guys updated, see how it goes. All right, guys, here we are back on the charts. As you can see here, trade ended up working. Not with a little bit of wiggle and jiggle here, but it ended up working in my favor. I wanted to do a quick breakdown on the previous trade I mentioned earlier. That was potential long. It did end up working for a flow plus 2R, but again, I did not take it because the 50% retracement is where I look to take potential shorts, right? It's a lower probability trade. It did work out for a full plus 2R, as you can see here, but long term, the edge is a little bit lower and it's not worth the risk. As you guys saw on the 1 minute, jumped in, took a little bit of chop here. Putin news came out right here. I was thinking, okay, might get stopped out for a full minus 1R because it was going up pretty strong. But fortunately, if you have the right draw on liquidity and you know, or if you have the correct bias and you pick it out right, then you stick with it. And this is why I don't move my stop loss to break even, because this would have got me out at break even and I would have lost out on a whole plus 2R worth of profits. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the Apex accounts. As you can see here, plus 2R, double the size on the 50K account, so that's why those are plus 200. Executions for today, one trade, that's it. One win, no losses. Here's the execution, 40 minutes in the trade. Solid setup. My Fun and Futures, I don't know, this account has just never disappeared, but these three, plus 5R, or plus 2R, $400, solid. All 9 accounts are green. All right, guys, super patient today. I avoided one trade. It would have worked out in my favor, but long-term is not a favorable trade, and I passed up on it to take another setup. That was another high-quality setup that ended up working for a full plus 2R. Again, guys, executing the trade once you're in it is very important. My mind was telling me a whole bunch of things while I was in the trade. It was telling me to get in, get out, exit for a winner. I was seeing $50 green, $100 green. I'm thinking, okay, times 9 accounts, that's a ton of money. Lock it up, lock in the profits. When it was going against me to break even, I was thinking, oh, might as well get out break even instead of getting taken out for a full loser. So your mind plays a ton of tricks on you. This is why I preach that a trading plan is so important, because without a plan and without back testing this plan, you have no data and you don't know what the probabilities are. You'll take it out for $50, you'll take it out for $100, but then when a loss comes, you end up sticking with the loss for minus $400, minus $500, or possibly blowing the account. So this is why I preach patience, discipline, and execution, and making sure you have a plan. Those are the key aspects of it, and you got to do what you got to do. One and done on the day. The winning streak continues. I'm thankful for that, and we'll keep at it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.